Hi, welcome. Our focus on this video is about characteristics of quantitative and qualitative research. To start with, I am Anton Afriel, and I am a teacher of research and mathematics. In this video, we're going to focus on the characteristics of the two types of research, the qualitative research and the quantitative research. So this is the roadmap of everything we're going to talk about in this video. In the left side, you can see the quantitative characteristics, and in the right side is the qualitative research. Quantitative research is all about quantity, numbers, measurement. So when we talk about quantitative, it should be focused on quantity, all about numbers and more on measurements. And in qualitative research, it's all about quality, meaning, and experience. Question: if you were to study how music affects mood, would you count how many students feel happier? Or would you ask them to share their stories? So whether the two, you are thinking in a quantitative research manner or lens, or you're a thinker in qualitative lens. Let's have a comparison. In step one, the research process will always start with this: identifying the problem. The problem here could be two ways or two lenses. First, if you are a quantitative researcher, you are thinking about a problem in terms of description and explanation. Example, what percentage of students join research club? And if ever you're a qualitative researcher, you may say to yourself, as you identify the problem, you will say you will explore and understand it. And you may ask yourself, why do students join research club? So the question is why, and step two in a research process is to review the literature. Quantitative is major rule areas. You have to narrow the focus. That's a major role of the review in the literature. However, in the qualitative, you have the minor role there. You have to keep it broad as much as possible. In step number three, specify the purpose. In a quantitative, you have to narrow it and also make it measurable. In a qualitative, you have to broad and be flexible because in a qualitative research, you should know the experience, the feedback, and the meaning of your data, and it should be flexible as much as possible. Step number four, in collecting the data, you have certain approaches. If you're a qualitative researcher, you have to interview, tell stories, or small groups. That's qualitative because you're talking about quality. Your approach is to get the quality of that data, that stories, that research. However, when you are quantitative research, in the other hand, you are getting survey, you are getting test scores, and it needs large numbers of data. Unlike with qualitative, small group is preferable. In step 5, you have to analyze and interpret. Quantitative data would be in the quantitative research. In the quantitative research, your focus will be statistical trends. You will see graphs, you will see tables, and you will do that. On the other hand, in the qualitative, you will see text, you will see text analysis. Well, you will do deeper meaning to analyze and interpret data that you have gathered. In the step number six, in step six, in reporting the findings, in a quantitative you have the objective and you have the fixed numbers. In a qualitative, you are reflexive in your approach. You are flexible in your approach, and also you are narrative in that context of qualitative research. In a mini activity now, pause for a while and ask yourself, if you are a qualitative researcher, your focus is How does a student feel while creating art? So the how there is qualitative research. And if you're in the quantitative research, how many paintings can a student finish in a week? So if you're counting numbers, you're a quantitative researcher, or your lens is in quantitative research. But and if you are thinking about how and why and things like that, you are qualitative research world. Overall, both methods are important. Quantitative research gives breadth, big patterns through numbers. Qualitative research gives depth, research meaning through experience. For the special program in the arts, quantitative, this is your question. How many students perform in recital? In qualitative research, what does performing on stage mean to them? Concluding statement. As an artist or as a researcher, you need both the precision of numbers and depth of stories. The balance makes your research complete. So if you reflect in your artist specialization, which approach would be your prefer to use first, quantitative or qualitative, and why? Thank you for watching.